Right everyone, so welcome to my second match reaction on my channel. So this is following on from the Cardiff one, third one I mean, sorry, correction there. Following on from the Hull City midweek one. We're now going to discuss what happened in our away fixture against Burton Albion. Obviously so it's a bad result really that we've picked up on the road there. And I'm going to kind of talk about the main talking points from that game, and also going to overview about the recruitment policy, about my opinion on what's happened and why about the recruitment policy in a nutshell, really. And then we're also going to talk about the on-pitch options as well, and what I feel this Fulham team could need going forward, and what other options we could have as a plan B, really. So basically, we're going to start off going into this game after Tuesday night's win. Obviously, we made heavy weather of that win against Hull, against a side that we should have beaten comfortably, but obviously we made that hard work. But if you want to go and watch that review, that's on my channel as well. There's the whole match review stats if you want to go listen to me talk about that one. But obviously, as I said, I was fairly optimistic about this game, going against a side against Burton Albion, who obviously on paper really haven't got the quality that we have, but it's always going to be tough going to the Pirelli Stadium. It's a small stadium. Obviously, the fans are right on your back. You can feel them nearly. It's a small pitch, small stadium. That suits the way Burton play. They like to keep the pitch small, and they like to play direct and play up to the strikers who hold it up, and that's how they like to play. I mean, we had no problems going there last year and getting a solid result, so I was optimistic we could go there, because a lot of teams do struggle there, and I thought after last year we shouldn't have a problem at all. Obviously, the win against Hull midweek would have set us up confidence-wise for a good result, hopefully. But obviously, it wasn't meant to happen today. We obviously started off the game unchanged from the game against Hull, with Aite, Cabano and Ojo leading the front line, with Ojo and Cabano on the wing, Aite playing us up front, which was good to see again, because I thought we looked quite sharp in midweek. Obviously, we played the same flat three midfield. Norwood had a solid game midweek as well. I thought we played okay today. McDonald and Johansson playing as well in the midfield, and obviously the same back four of Cess, Callas, Tim Ream and Fredericks, with David Button retaining his place in between the sticks. And so obviously in the first half, the main talking point is obviously the Burton Albion goal. So obviously starts off from a long ball of the pitch from Jake Buxton. Mason wins the flick on. Scannell picks up that flick on, drives in towards the box, tries to cross it in. Obviously, I can't remember who slid in to try and clear it. One of our centre halves, I think it was either Callas or Ring, did. He tries to slide in and clear the ball, and it falls right into the path of Stephen Warnock, who always got to do stick his left foot out, and it rolls in. Obviously, David Buttons, he can't do much about it. He's set ready for the shot or cross to come across him, and by the time Warnock's taps it in, Buttons halfway across his goal and can't get across. So we're already 1-0 down, and that was Stephen Warnock's first goal in 3 years. I mean, you couldn't write it, could you? I mean, every type of record that we come against with teams, I mean, they seem to break them. Obviously, Stephen Warnock scored his first goal for reasons I said, and he don't score goals, I'm sorry. He's not associated with scoring goals, and it's just no surprise. It was unlucky, really, from a defensive perspective. It was a good interception. I can't remember really who intercepted it, but it was just unlucky it fell to a Burton Albion player. And that's the way our season's gone really this year. I mean, we haven't had luck in certain times, in certain periods of games, where we could have had, where last year we did after Christmas, and we haven't had that in this season. Obviously, this year, in this instant, we didn't. Obviously, going 1-0 down. I was optimistic going 1-0 down. I felt we're still early on. I mean, if we can get a goal before half-time, then we can really get into half-time and really try and fire the boys up and go again. So obviously, after that goal, we had a big chance. Johansson picked up the ball, drives in towards the box, towards the byline, gets past Jake Buxton, fires a lovely little ball across the box, and then Norwood, I don't know how he's not scored that. He skies it over on his left foot from 5 yards. Me thinking, in fact, his right foot, his stronger foot, that goes in. But again, it's just talking about being ruthless in front of goal, which we haven't been this year. So it was a huge chance wasted. And I don't get how he's not even got it on target. I mean, it's gone right. He's basically 5 yards in front of goal, and he's somehow just knocked it right over the crossbar. And then obviously, after that, goal came. Johansson picks up the ball in his own half, pings a lovely pass to Ollie Norwood, turns and drives, and lovely little low-driven shot, lots of power, and it's too powerful for Stephen Bywater, and it rolls into the bottom corner. So obviously at 1-1, I was happy looking at what I saw, and I thought, okay, we can maybe go on and get into half-time at 1-1, and as I said earlier on, you can have each other chat to the boys, fires them up, and we go for the second half and try and kick on and secure the 3 points. So obviously, quickly before we go into the second half, there was another chance for Burton Albion in the first half. Obviously, John Brayford, there's actually 2 chances, I'm going to explain them now. The first one was a Burton link-up play between Marvin Sordell and Scannell and Mason. I thought them trio seemed to link up quite well. I think it was played to Matty Lund on the edge of the box. He's about 15 yards out on his left peg. He takes a shot. David Button's beaten completely. It hits the base of the post and comes back out, which we then go and clear. That was another warning sign that obviously the goal that we'd scored had not rocked Burton, and they were going to come at us again and try and press. Obviously the home crowd behind them cheering them on. So you could see there that they weren't going to lie down after that goal conceded. It didn't affect their confidence. And again, they had another chance through John Brayford. He picks up the ball after Scannell's run was well intercepted. He takes a shot, but it's a comfortable save for David Button. He parried the first one and then obviously caught the second. Parried the rebound and then obviously caught the ball afterwards. So obviously in the second half, the main talking point what I want to get onto is the penalty appeal. I mean, I've seen the penalty and what's he giving it for? I mean, it's a corner coming from Burton. We clear the ball. They put it back in. I think it's Carl McFadden, the centre half, picks the ball up. He's back to goal and he seems to fall over under no real tackle. And the refs in this division, you know, they're awful. They really are. And the ref can't wait to give the penalty. He gives the penalty. I mean, Kevin McDonald and basically all the back four are absolutely bemused about why he's giving it. I'm completely surprised at why I give it as well, to be honest. There was hardly any contact there from what I saw. It was soft. And yeah, obviously Lucas Aiken steps up and he scores the penalty. Button gets to it, should save it, but obviously doesn't save it. It's, again, luck going against us there. And it's just frustrating because he should really save that penalty and he didn't save it, obviously. So in the bottom right-hand corner, Aiken tucks it away at 2-1. And then obviously we brought in Rui Fonte in the second half. I'm surprised to see him on the bench, really. I thought we would have kept Kamara on the bench, but obviously Rui Fonte was match fit in Jukanovic's eyes, which I hope he was. It'd be disappointing to see him rush back and pick up another knock because it looked like a little tweak against Ipswich when he went off injured a couple of weeks back after his lovely goal. And I mean, if we're going to rush these type of players back like Kearney and that, we shouldn't really be doing that because these are our luxury players and we've got to take time to bring these lot back so they can be fully effective when they are ready for full fitness and ready for selection again. So obviously towards the end of the game we had a couple more chances, but I'm just nothing really major that, you know, it's just disappointing really to come away from there and obviously with a defeat at a place where we looked at on paper and thought, okay, looking at these first few September games, I looked at Hull and Burton Albion and I did think 6 points there. Obviously 3 against Hull and then a defeat to Burton Albion is a shock. And then also looking around the league and that, everyone's beating everybody at the moment. So in a way we're kind of lucky that no one's really running away with it and the playoffs are still up for grabs. But we should be really doing our own job to make sure that we're in there come the end of the season, and we shouldn't have to be relying on other teams and shouldn't have to be relying on when Kearney gets back. So I've heard a few Fulham fans say that, oh, when Kearney gets back, things are going to be okay. That shouldn't be the problem. With him out injured, we've got enough quality there in the team to play without him. And it's just, we shouldn't be relying on these type of players. I mean, as I said, quality there, your Hanson, McDonald, there's players who can win games without Kearney anyway, and we shouldn't have to be relying on him to, you know, get us out of holes. All right, last year he got us out of so many problems. And maybe without him we're not a playoff team, I'm not too sure. I might be clutching at straws there, but I mean, again, today, in my opinion, no plan B again. It's something I've always highlighted that we've not had under Jukanovic. There's no one on the bench who can bring something different to this team. I mean, obviously Matt Smith was there, but he went because he was a square peg in Jukanovic's round hole in Jukanovic's eyes. But against a team like Burton Albion, we could do with somebody who could go up front, you know, physicality or something, someone with a bit more raw pace. That's why I thought Kamara would have been good on the bench today. Come on, he likes to get in with the centre half. He likes to feel and likes to get on the shoulder. And I thought he could have been a good option to bring onto the bench. But obviously, I mean, even throwing the centre half at the end, someone like Jarlo or something, just to try and. But Jukanovic won't change it. There's no plan B, obviously, and that's going to really affect us going forward this year. I mean, every squad I look at in this championship has a plan B. The top club, Middlesbrough, got a plan B in really good stead. He's injured at the moment, but they've got the ability. I'm not trying to suggest to play long ball. That's not what I'm trying to suggest. I'm trying to talk about somebody who come from the bench and suggest something else. Maybe a bit of pace, some play, you know. I think we've got too many wide players. I mean, talking about the recruitment policy, something else I wanted to mention. I felt we spent too much attention focused on the wide areas. We didn't bring another centre half in. And obviously, looking at Jukanovic, wanted to bring in what I heard was the likes of Craig Cathcart, Grant Hanley, and also Aidan Flint. Cathcart and Flint, either one of them two would have been perfect for me. I mean, I'm not too sure about Jarlo, whether he's even going to get any game time, because there was questions about him, even from the coaching staff, about why he was signed in the first place. And I think if we're going to allow this to happen, then we've got to let Jukanovic just you know, be able to pick his own team, because some of these players have come in and they've not hit the ground running. I mean, Jordan Graham came on in the second half today. I mean, he didn't do nothing. And you just I'm looking at the squad, and I think there's good quality there, but without certain individuals, there are problems there. And obviously, we're not scoring enough goals, and that's going to be a big Achilles heel this season. Obviously, last season we had the penalty problem. Hopefully, that's not come up just yet, and I'm worried that if it does, it could happen again. But obviously, we just haven't got anyone in that team at the moment who can score 20 plus goals. And I think if we can, in my opinion, if we're a 20 plus goal scorer away from being a really good team, whether Fonte can come in and do that, we're not too sure. And if we can't kill off games, we don't win matches. Right, the defence is good, but you've got to score goals to win games. Obviously, defence wins your points, but so do goals as well. And if we can't kill off games, then we ain't going to have a chance of winning anything this year. So, basically, that's my match reaction there, summed up in a 10 or so minute video. If you want to see more, then I'll be back tomorrow, potentially with my Leagues 1 and 2 roundup, as there's been plenty of action down there in Leagues 1 and 2, plenty to talk about, managerial sack race between certain clubs. So there's a lot to talk about. Obviously, in this video, it's been about, obviously, my match reaction. Middlesbrough next week, we've got Nottingham Forest in midweek, there'll be another tough one in Middlesbrough, so the next 2 games are going to be very tough, and if we come out of this time next week with, say, less than 3 points, it's going to be worrying times, obviously. Because we need to start picking up results. With a dodgy spell last year at the same point in September time, a rough patch, and it did cost us. So we just got to keep the faith, really, get behind the boys, and just see what happens. So thank you all for watching.